Dare County Schools Teacher of the Year is a big honor, and no one deserves it more than Miss Jordan Reekes.
I became a teacher because I really wanted to be a voice and advocate for kids who couldn't advocate for themselves. I started my career in special education. That was really important to me to dedicate 10 solid years of my career to kids who maybe were differently abled than the rest of us, and just be able to give back to them and make them feel like they were a part of their peers. And that's really what I'm trying to do in this classroom, being a 5th grade teacher now, is bridge that gap. When I first started, I was shy and I didn't really have a voice for myself. And I learned through advocating for children how to advocate for myself as well. And that's been a really big piece. And now, because of that skill, I've been made team lead of 5th grade now for 3 years in a row. And that feels really special to be able to use my voice now to not only help children, help myself, but also help adults. So I think that I got to this place of being Teacher of the Year because of things that I do, like buddy class and adopting another class and doing activities throughout the year and room transformations like this.
Jordan is such an inspiration to teachers not only at Manteo Elementary School but all across the district. She cares not only for her kids but for all the kids in the school. For instance, we have these buddy days where she allows my kindergartners and her 5th graders to partner and to be together to have these great learning experiences, but they're making memories that they'll never forget.
We do activities throughout the day that mirror each other through very similar themes, but at the same time, it comes back to, at the end of the day, an activity that we culminate together where the kids get to be with each other. They get to be with their buddy. And that provided so much more last year for my kids who were differently abled than I ever thought was possible. And that, to me, is priceless. That community that I create with that other class every single year, you can't put a price tag on.
She comes to work every day with the belief that she can make a difference in this child's life, in her classroom, and her emphasis in that never wavers, and she also builds that up with a powerful ability in herself to be a relationship builder. And what she does really well with that relationship is she creates experiences for her kids in her classroom that they would never, ever forget.
She has worked really hard to offer her room as a place for other teachers to be able to watch and model that, to be able to see how it works.
I love learning, but sitting and listening to somebody for 8 hours of a day is really hard to do. And so if I transform rooms like I did today for kids, I get to reinforce skills through really fun activities where they don't even realize that we're reviewing something that we did on a test last week and I'm using the most missed questions, or I'm analyzing data and I'm putting it back into this classroom through a room transformation that makes learning fun. They get excited to come back to school. They want to come to this place, and it creates an environment where everybody can feel like they have equal parts to share, no matter their ability level.
She demonstrates leadership at Manteo Elementary School by taking on roles and setting a new standard for excellence. She's also demonstrated leadership by creating a movement around experiences for all students.
If I could give any advice to the people that stay in this career longer than 5+ years, remember that there is still joy in learning. There is joy in this job every single day if you look for it. And creating things like this is as much for me as it is for the kids. I love making learning fun, and it should be fun. And we should remember that at the core of value of all of these things is the children. It's not about the data, it's not about the adults, it's about these kids. And how do you want them to come into your classroom and feel every day? And my value is I want them to feel included and welcomed. And through flexible seating and couches and things like that exist throughout, without all of these things around me, room transformations just add to that. We're able to give back to the kids, but give back to yourself.